Hi guys, so on one of my recent videos someone commented this and they wanted to know how to extract tempo information from an audio clip. So let's have a look. So as you can see on the screen, I'm just going to use this piece of guitar playing which is not in time. It's played by a human and it does fluctuate in various places. So let's just have a listen first of all. And if I put on the metronome, which is currently on 120 BPM, you'll hear that it's like way out. So obviously this piece of audio is not 120, so how do we find it? There's no beats in it, but there are transients and downbeats, so we can pretty much still work with this piece of audio. So the first thing to do is to, if you've got a bit of dead space at the start, like this for example, then take that out, take off your grid or take off your snap and just come right up to the beginning of the sample, zoom right in, something like that. Now you can put your grid back on, put your snap back on and pull it right over to beat 1, bar 1. So this now starts right on the beat. Just ignore this one here, we're not using this vocal here, we're just using the guitar. Okay, so that's the first thing to do. So you want to use the very first downbeat or transient, which is what we've got here on beat 1, bar 1. And you want to count out, let's just turn the metronome off for a second. You want to count out either 8 or 16 beats. The more beats, the more accurate it's going to be. So let's just do that out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's where it would loop around, if you like. So let's just use our range tool, which is up here, or you can press 2 on your keyboard. And we want to go from this part here, 16 beats all the way to the start. And let's zoom in and make this really accurate. So just adjusting the end of that range. Oh, we need to take off this snap. Just adjusting the end of that range just before where the 17th beat starts. You can have it there or there. I think it's going to be pretty accurate, whatever we do. And just to show you, it's also at the very start of the beat here as well. So that's 16 beats highlighted with our range tool. So we're going to go to Project and Beat Calculator. And we're going to change this from 4 beats to 16. And it's saying it's 123.92. So it's more than likely going to be 124. So now if we type in 124 rather than 120, which is the default, and turn back on the metronome and the loop function. There you go, it's perfectly in time with 124. So that's the easiest way to get your tempo information and to find out the average BPM. The second way I'm going to show you is not quite so accurate, but it does get you in the ballpark. And let's go to Project again, also Beat Calculator. So we're going to do what it says here and tap the tempo. So let's get the playhead back to the start. We're going to hit tap tempo, and then a little box is going to come up and we're going to click in the box on every beat, or we can hit the spacebar. But I'm going to press spacebar first to start playback. So I'm now clicking 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see it's approaching 124 there. So it's not as accurate, it's not 100% accurate because it depends on the human that's clicking, but it will certainly get you into the ballpark. You know, it will certainly get you close to 124, and then you can just guess that it's 124. If you've got no idea what it is, then this technique can be useful. The third way to do it is going to be much more accurate, but a bit more time consuming. So my recommendation is just to use the first technique I've showed you, but here we go, I'm going to show you anyway. So we're going to click the audio in question, go to project, and we're going to go to tempo detection. This is going to do it very, very accurately, or as accurate as is possible. We're going to click analyze. And what Cubase has done now is created a signature track, which it always gets wrong. We're going to change this in a second. And a tempo track. So what it's done, and you can see all the tempos across here. So it hasn't just given you one tempo, it's given you many, 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 many tempos, because the playing on this guitar is not 100% in time, so therefore the tempo is fluctuating up and down. And this is what you see here in the tempo track. It's going up and down, up and down, up and down. Between, well, let's play it back. And keep your eyes down here on the tempo, which is going to be changing constantly. So it's ranging between 114 and 128 roughly, because like I say, the timing is changing all the time. So let's change the time signature to 4/4. If you can't double click it, because sometimes you can't double click it. And if you ever get this message, just click continue, because we have finished the tempo detection section of this technique. Just click continue. You can double click it now, 4/4, or you can go down here and do it down here. And if you can't see that, you just need to extend these 3 dots out. Okay, so now Cubase is understanding that it's now a downbeat and 3 other beats in the bar rather than just one beat in the bar. If for some reason it's detected like half speed or something like that, I'll just show you what to do in that situation as well. See this little box up here, which I'll bring down here. You can either multiply by 2 or divide by 2 if it's like half time and hasn't quite detected it properly. So what use is this to us with all this information down here? Well, we can now set all these fluctuations into one BPM. So we're going to highlight the audio, we're going to go to Audio, Advanced, and Set Definition from Tempo. We get this little dialog box here. We want to save the definition in the project only. I don't want to write the information onto the audio files. And we want to set all tracks to musical time base. I think that's what that means, is it's going to set all the tracks to musical mode, which means they'll time stretch when we change the BPM or the tempo. So click OK. We can now disable the tempo track. And first of all, we'll play back at 124, which is what we think it is. And we've got one BPM here, one tempo, and it's not fluctuating. So that's what we've done there. But you can also, because it's now in musical mode and everything else, all the other tracks are as well, just show you what we can do now. So we can go 127, let's say, for example. Or we can go a bit slower. Let's go back to 120. And it's automatically time stretching. So just quickly go back to 124. But we can now also bring in some loops or something. So let's just go and have a look at loops and samples. And whenever we bring something in, it's going to be at the right tempo because everything is now in musical mode. So let's just try this one, for example. Oh, maybe that one. So let's just bring that in. Okay, and let's try it with some audio. So it's just gone to drum loops, which is also under loops and samples. Drum loops here. And now, because these are audio, we now get another option here. So we can wait for project play, and then we can just audition these loops with our guitar once we press play on the project. Yes, that one's not bad. Let's just bring that in. and it will automatically time stretch. Okay, so I hope you get the idea of how to extract the tempo information. The easiest one, like I say, is the first one, where you just select the range. That's the best way to do it. And go to Project, Beat Calculator. There you go. I hope that was useful for you guys. Feel free to drop a comment with any requests you want for videos. Please, please, please hit the like button. It really, really helps out the channel. It will help us out a bunch. And hit subscribe as well. And of course, the bell. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.